Hello all, welcome back to my channel Ethical Cruise. This will be the part 4 of this file upload vulnerability series, and this will going to be a last part of this series. In the previous part I already discussed about what file upload vulnerability is, what are different kind of filtering available like client side filtering, server side filtering, and how we can try to bypass client side filtering as well as server side filtering. In this last part, I'll cover how we can basically mitigate file upload vulnerability exploitations. Okay, so there are various security measures which we can apply to avoid this vulnerability related to file upload functionality. Okay, so let's start. So the first one is your list allowed extensions and only allow safe and critical extensions for business functionality. So as we saw in my last video, when we were trying to bypass the server side validity extensions, so there were different kind of blacklisting which was present related to php file extension, but we adopt different type of extension like php1, php5, and we bypass that validation eventually because the server was trying to implement blacklist type of validation. But there is a limitation with blacklist type of extension because we we can only be able to blacklist specific validations, specific extensions only, but there are a number of permutation combination which we can apply. So always try to adopt for whitelist extension so that only specific extensions will be allowed. Okay, second one will be of validate the file type and do not trust the content type header as it can be spoofed. So always try to determine the file type from the file and validate the file type, and do not trust on this content type because as we saw in the previous videos when we were trying to exploit the client side validations, content type was very easy to change through the any pursuit interceptor or any other interceptor tool which you can use. Okay, third one is your rename uploaded files to some arbitrary hard to guess name. So you can try to rename your file which you are uploading on the server by appending arbitrary values like date and timestamp, so that if by mistake if you try to upload same file and that file is already present on the server with the same name, so it will not get overridden. Okay, the fourth one is set a file name length limit. Restrict the allowed characters if possible. So if you will not allow the file name length limit, so attacker can try to include a large file name and also can include special characters like malicious script within the file name itself. If that be uploaded onto server, that can create a unwanted exploitation on basically on the server. So it will if that gets executed, your server will get compromised. So always try to have a file name length limit as well. The next one is your set a file size limit. So the same is like if you try to upload a large amount of file, then it can possibly lead to a DDoS attack because it will consume all of your server space. Next is your store your file on a different server. If that's not possible, store them outside of the web root. Okay, so always try to store your file on a different server. Try to segregate your coding area and your storage area where you are storing the files. And if that's not possible, if you have to somehow store it on the same server, try to scope out the uploaded directory from the web root. Okay, so that it should not be inside the web root, because if somehow that gets compromised, your everything will get compromised. Next is your run the file through your antivirus or a sandbox if available to validate that it doesn't contain malicious data. So always before storing the file, try to scan those files or something through us antivirus and try to check the content of the file before storing them, so that it might not have any malicious data inside this metadata or any type of file, because we already saw like in the polyglot file we were able to attach the script in the comment section. Okay, so there are a number of ways where you can append your malicious code and it can be executed on the server. The next one is your avoid putting htaccess file in the same directory as uploaded file. So you should not allow modification or addition of this htaccess file because it contains various permissions, and it should not be in the same directory as your uploaded file directory. Okay, because if you are able to access this htaccess file, then you will be able to modify permissions, and as per your requirement you will be able to upload a malicious file. Okay, so these are various mitigations which you can adopt while developing the upload functionality to avoid this file upload vulnerabilities. Okay, so yeah, these all you should keep in mind and just keep practicing. So yeah, this is all as a part of this file upload vulnerability series. You can keep on trying, you can keep on practicing, and let me know in the comment section if you face any challenge. And so that is all in this today's video. So please do like the video, share this video with your friends and colleagues, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel Ethical Cruise. Also, you can visit my blogging website ethicalcruise.com, where you can read about security basics, footprinting and reconnaissance, and about cloud computing and AWS. I'll see you on in the next video with some another topic. Till then, thank you.